So let me give a shout out to the Resist Programming Twitter account for posting these images and videos from what happened at the CPAC event, and they literally went in. Like, they came with a host of receipts from that one particular event. But I'm only focusing in on this part right here. What I might do is maybe on my Friday live stream, I might go through the entire thread. So I'm gonna have to save the link to, or send the link to myself so I can have it, and then we can go through every single thing, because it was a lot to unpackage. But I really wanted to talk about this one right here. So it says CPAC speaker Maj Toure explaining how black conservatives can be used to shield white conservatives from claims of racism. Now I'm going to go ahead and play the clip. It's only 15 seconds, and you can go ahead and hear out of his own mouth what he said.
More specifically in the black community, black America, not limited to, we have tremendous top-tier conservatives that can be used against leftist media, extreme leftist media, that have painted pretty much everybody in here as racist.
Okay, so you heard it right there. He basically said we have in the black community, preferably the black American community, so he's talking about FBA or ADOS, however you want to put it, that who are conservatives that can be used as shields against white conservatives from what the left media claims to be racist. He said that at the CPAC event, where he's the only black person on this stage at the moment, in front of a crowd filled with majority white people. He came out of his mouth and he said that. Now, I've heard of Maj Toure before. It was a mixed bag of things that I heard about him. When I started hearing about him, I heard good things, I heard bad things. But this right here, this ain't it. This is not it. Like, this guy literally went to this event and told 1, 2, 3, and dozens of other white folks in that room that black people will proudly be shields for white conservatives when the topic of racism comes up from the quote unquote leftist media. Let me play it back. So y'all, so the words don't sound like they're jumbled up or anything, just in case y'all didn't hear it the first time.
More specifically in the black community, black America, not limited to, we have tremendous top-tier conservatives that can be used against leftist media, extreme leftist media, that have painted pretty much everybody in here as racist.
So I just played it for y'all again, just in case y'all didn't hear it the first time. This is first, second, third, fourth, and fifth hand embarrassment. I mean, we already know the coonism is definitely planted here with what he just said. And to who he said it to, as on that panel and in front of a larger audience. And by the way, there were other Sambos like him there, at that event. But this right here was embarrassment, and it was ignorant at the same time. But what makes it even worse is the fact that he's saying something that many of us already knew that white conservatives use black conservatives for, and that is a shield. So I'm trying to figure out, why did Maj Toure get up here on this panel in front of these PC folks and tell them something they already knew, and tell us something we already knew? And if they didn't know it already, they know now. Because if you look at this guy right here, he kind of looked, I'm trying to figure out what kind of look was that he gave. Was that a look of, like, did this guy just say this? Or did he say something like, oh, this is a light bulb moment right here, we actually could use them as a shield? But the thing is, they're already using black conservatives for the most part as a shield, like your Brandon Fakums and your Hodge twins and the grifting princess, aka the Coonstress. And now Maj Toure. They already know, they are already using you as a shield, as a tool, as a prop. So, I mean, kudos to you for actually, saying something that we already knew, Captain Obvious. But you decided to get up there and actually say that in front of them and actually kind of expose yourself. Because a lot of black conservatives know that they're nothing more than a pawn, but they know that they're a paid pawn. Let's just put it that way. And a lot of them are paid in crumbs type of pawns at that. But, any kind of payment will do as long as it came from Miss Ann and Uncle Charlie. But those were his words. He said that, we can be used as shields whenever the leftist liberal media comes out and calls you racist. And we can come in and say, no, they're not, they're this and that, and when they're that and everything like that. And this is exactly how those heavily right-leaning palm-colored conservatives continue to stay in the position that they are, because of people like this guy right here. He helps keep them there. That's why they like having people like him around. Why do you think they keep saying stuff about Candace Owens, talking about, oh, we need her, vote her for president and stuff? Listen, that's a pipe dream. That heifer will never be president. And I'm not saying that just because I have a disdain for her, but I'm not the only one that dislikes her. It's because she's too flip-floppy. Like, her card has been pulled. And the thing is, she's still here by the skin of her teeth for a lot of the stuff that she said. That woman has said a lot of outlandish things that should have definitely got her out of the picture a long time ago, but she's still here because she still has a idiotic fan base that's just as dumb as she is. But what's even worse about this is when he said that, he's willingly allowing himself to be used. He's not being used. It's not like he got tricked and fooled and had the rug pulled from under him. He is allowing himself to be used. He said it right there. We can be used as shields for white conservatives when the left liberal media comes against you about claims of racism. And then he had the nerve to say specifically Black America. Listen, Black America, well, at least me, I can speak for myself. I want no parts of that. None. And a lot of these people that claim to be conservative are not even really conservative. Because what I saw in some of the pictures, and like I said, I'll probably talk about this in the form of a live stream, was the black people that were there. They were doing the biggest step-it-fetcher act that you could see on this side of the Western Hemisphere. I saw one chick, as a matter of fact, let me pause this right quick and show you what I'm talking about. Look at this. Look at this. This chick has a hat on that says Keep America Great. She has a shirt on that says Black Lives MAGA. This guy has on a White History Month shirt. Jesse Lee Peterson would be so proud. And he says, doesn't July just feel white? Jesse Lee Peterson, ironically. And I didn't even know it said this at the bottom. I just paid attention to this until I said that. But remember, Jesse Lee Peterson said, doesn't July just feel white? Because remember, he's the quote-unquote founder of White History Month. And then this chick right here, I can't really tell how she identifies, but she has on a MAGA dress and a red, white, and blue American flag. I guess, I don't know if that's a scarf or whatever that may be. But these are the type of people that I quote-unquote identify as black that were there. Look at the attire. This guy is as black as 12 midnight, about the same complexion as her shirt, and he got a whole White History Month shirt on. And he's probably the only person in that building that has this shirt, and he's black. Listen, secondhand embarrassment. These are your quote-unquote black conservatives. More like black clown-servatives. These are clowns. And the thing is, I only came on here to want to talk about the stuff that Maj Toure said, but this picture was right underneath it, and I said I have to take the opportunity because this actually backs up, what I'm getting at. And it actually gives some kind of justification to the stupidity that Maj Toure let fall out of his mouth. These are the shields for your PC, right-leaning, racist conservative. These are your shields, and Maj Toure is one as well. He said it himself. But, yeah. You know how a lot of y'all say we need to separate from certain people? You can throw them into certain people that we need to separate from as well. These are the same type of people that say we don't need reparations. We don't need tangibles. Just be fine with the crumbs that white mommy and white daddy give us. That's them. Because they're comfortable with crumbs, we're supposed to be comfortable with it as well. And these individuals, like these three, and Maj Toure, and the rest, are more dangerous than any PC right-leaning racist conservative could ever be. Why? Because they're the shield. They're like the first line of defense. And sure, that shield can get knocked down, but if they're a good little boy and a good little girl or a good little pet, they'll bring them back to life and use them again, or they'll find somebody else to do it for them. This is why they have to keep us in a perpetual state of quote-unquote victimhood, or being in a low class or very low, so we would have to eventually go the route of what these three did, or what Maj Toure just did, or is doing now. And that is to be in turn against your people, while simultaneously saying that you're not against your people. Like we can see what side they're on, just from what they're wearing and from what the event that they attended. But I'm going to pause it right here because, like I said, I might go into it a little bit more on my live stream on Friday, and I'm going to go through the whole thread because it's crazy. And it doesn't just focus on these black clownservatives. It talks about the PC ones as well. Like it's crazy. But I'm going to go ahead and leave it right here, and we'll talk about it more on Friday.